Blahzay bling, blahzay blung blung blung. What's good, son? Doobie, another day, another dollar, another way to make them holler. You know exactly how we do. I hope everything is going Gucci today with you. Today's a great day for a great day. We having a great day. Wonderful things happen to us because we wonderful peoples living wonderful lives. I want to thank you for clicking on today's video. You have no idea how much I'm grateful for you for clicking on today's video. Out of the 23 million YouTube channels, you decided just to mess with me right now. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you. And all I'm going to ask, besides you clicking on the video, is just one thing. Please subscribe. Just hit that subscribe button. Right now, I done plateaued at 12. You already know how we do. We're trying to get 25 by next week. Right now, we're going to go ahead and watch some shorts. I wanted to mess around, do some shorts for a few minutes before I start doing some other stuff. Let's just get right into it. I ain't got nothing else to talk about, bro. Let's just get right into this shit.
Cash in on your skills. This is the place now to use your genius when it comes to building network marketing. Be a genius in the invitation, be a genius in the mini presentation, be a genius in prospecting, be a genius in putting an invitation or something in someone's hands that has a chance.
This is my guy, Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn is so official. If you haven't messed with Jim Rohn, this dude is besides Earl Nightingale, the dopest motivational speaker. Like, one full year, I watched him every day for a full year. Every single day. I watched him, right? I watched him. Then I watched Sadhguru. I don't know. I still love Sadhguru. Then I watched Dandapani. If you know Dandapani, I watch him. And then Gwar Gopal. Gwar Gopal. Gwar Gopal is my guy, bro. My guy, bro. I still watch him to this day. He's one of the only ones that brings tears to my eyes through his stories. He could break down a story. Gwar Gopal. Guargopal. You gotta check out my dude, bro. If you're going through something in life, Jim Rohn, Dandapani, Sadhguru, and Gwar Gopal are they'll get you out of any bullshit you got going on through your life. Anything that you got going on is gonna get you right out of it.
I completely understand how hard it can be to lose a woman that you've given your entire life to. And then because of one thing you did, her innate and absolutely insane level of ungratefulness has turned her bitter, and she now talks to you like she hates you. After thousands of efforts showing how dedicated you are to her. And even now that you're prepared to die for her, she doesn't give a shit about you. I understand that pain, but my answer is good. Now take all of that pain, and then you're going to become the kind of person that women don't need. I completely understand how...
Let me break it down to you real fast. In 2017, I was with a girl for 8 years, and I was a fat fuck. I was very out of shape fat fuck. And one of the things she told me, because she left my ass, yo, we had a business, and it ended up, with the business is still, I'm still doing that business, but back then the business was baller, bro. Baller. This is just because Backpage was open. Backpage is no longer here, but Backpage got everybody paid. She ended up telling me, because I was a fat fuck and I had a gut. I had a super gut. I got a six-pack like a son of a bitch now. I worked on it for 8 years. 7 years. It's because she told me. She ended up telling me when I was fucking her doggy style that my stomach was hitting her ass. And she was so turned off. She's like, every time we fucking, you're behind me, your stomach hits me, and it's so gross. Bro, ain't never get told no bullshit like that again, bro. One time and one time only.
You know what she wants for Christmas.
My guy.
So just get it for
There's
her.
my guy.
Steroids! That's a hoot.
That's
You know
my...
what she wants for Christmas, so just get it for her. She wants...
Steroids!
That's my dude. I absolutely love Rich Piana. Rich Piana, believe it or not, got me to where I'm at right now. In 2017, I met Rich through a friend. Right before Strength Cartel kicked in his door, tied up his mentally challenged nephew, and robbed him for the fucking 1,200 bottles of gear. Right before that happened, I met Rich. He was so fucking official. Rich was another one. Besides my ex calling me a fat fuck, Rich was just like, bro, You never want to see the capabilities of your body. You never want to see how dope you can get your body. You don't want to see it just one time in your life, just once. To see how fly of a man you can be. I always shout out Rich. I'm always going to shout out Rich. And that's never going to, it's never going to change. It's just something that I do miss about this bodybuilding shit. I'm not going to lie. Out of everybody, I do miss Homeboy's videos, man. The good morning, motherfucker. It's shake time, motherfucker. I miss all of that, bro. I miss it. I miss it. Rest in peace, Rich Piana. And by the way, I just want to do this real fast because I'm not going to do this a lot. Look at the punk bitches in the comment. How did that work out for him? He died happy. It worked out. Isn't he dead? Yeah, look, everybody, yeah, unfortunately, Rich was a good dude, bro. No, he lives forever in our hearts. Damn real. Bro, but isn't he dead? Bro. I'm just going to say it like this. I'm going to say it like this. If you don't know about Rich's situation on how he passed, it's very controversial. He ended up passing in his house with his girlfriend Chanel giving him a haircut. And there was speculations. I'm not saying shit because I've met Chanel too, and I don't put stupidness out there, and I don't talk madness about people like that, yo, at all. But weird. That's all. Weird situation. The really weird situation of it, and I'm just gonna end it right here because as much love as I had for Rich. After he died, no toxicology report, and they pushed it. They didn't want to give him a toxicology report. I had a feeling if they gave him a toxicology report, they would have found out what really happened.
A grand estate surrounded by lush green fields comes into view.
That's
Sunlight
beautiful.
Streams through large windows, filling the
God, baller status. That's boss status.
Elegant rooms with warmth and brightness. The spacious kitchen glows under
as a cook.
Radiant sunlight, while outside, a peaceful landscape is bathed in a golden hue. This serene setting invites you to imagine the perfect escape.
This is beautiful. That is beautiful.
A grand estate surrounded by lush green.
I'm not going to be with you because you didn't find anyone better in the last 2 years.
Right. I don't want to be his backup plan, you know.
Not even his backup plan. I don't want to be the person you come to because suddenly you realize I'm great.
Yeah.
Right? Love is a decision. Commitment is a decision. You don't commit to someone because you go, I'm never going to find anyone better. Because then what happens if you do? You commit to someone because you say, I feel it in my bones, I want to be with this person and I'm going to go all in with this person. And whoever comes along in my life from now on, it doesn't matter. It's not about whether someone's better or not. It's about the fact that I've decided to build this relationship. I'm not going to be with you because...
This generation doesn't understand that. This generation's all about the come up. The women nowadays are all about the come up. Even if you want to build something with them, like you're the one for me, they're going to say, I don't know if I'm the one for you.
I was watching the P. Diddy trials. Named The Punisher came in there yesterday.
Yo, y'all keeping up with this P. Diddy trial? The Punisher is the male escort. It's the male escort they're talking about that they paid and shit.
Was he running around bad boy back in the days, murder? Named The Punisher. Who was The Punisher? Was he security?
Look at Mace. Look at Mace.
Who's The Punisher? The male.
Yeah, I never met him.
That's funny.
I didn't know if that was somebody changing their identity up. Bentley or whatever. Say you ain't Mr. Bentley no more. You The Punisher.
Farnsworth.
I ain't mean to
Yeah,
bear
that
off.
was wild.
Yeah.
That was super wild.
Yeah.
I love that
that you wish
podcast.
you knew earlier that might make you cry.
Help
Call
me
the
out.
cops on you like Karen.
This dude right here is official, bro. He gives you some fly-ass information, like stupid fly information, bro. Bro, Duke told me not too long ago about government contracting and shit, yo. He has me looking at government contracting for a fucking $100 million. $150 million government contracts. It's because of this dude right here. You need to listen to Duke right here.
If you go to this website, you can get free help from a counselor to land a 6 to 7 figure government contract. And
See?
just pick your state and pick up the phone and call them. They also help you register your business for free. You just earned another follow, buddy.
Bro, use official. Duke is official, bro. Duke is official.
Information
Boom.
that you wish you knew
I'm
earlier
giving you
that might...
follow now. I'm gonna give it to you on camera, bro. Duke is official. I mess with homeboy. Mess with homeboy. This dude gets you paid.
How could Muhammad Atta's passport survive the fireball explosion that supposedly cremated him, fly out of his pocket, fly out of the incinerated plane, flutter to the ground into 2 feet of debris, and end up in readable condition in the hands of investigators, all within 48 hours? Why did 19 Muslim men even need passports on domestic flights? How were passports found but not the plane's voice recorders? Why did the hijackers need passports they would never use again after their suicide flights? And why were the 19 accused Muslims not under surveillance on 911 if they were so easy to identify? The conspicuous trail of planted evidence continued 3 weeks after the 911 attacks, when anthrax letters killed 5 people and were clearly worded to throw the blame on Muslims. Death to America, death to Israel, Allah is great. It has since been proven.
Let me talk about this real fast. Check this out. On 9/11, I was working at Hot 107.9. It used to be Hot 97 in Atlanta, right? And Ludacris literally just got his deal at Def Jam, and he was blowing up. Ludacris had an album called Incognegro. It was an underground album, the first one. And they took Incognegro and made it back for the first time. That became his album. And he had What's Your Fantasy. It was right like around that time and shit show. And I ended up going up to Hot 90. It was Hot 97.5, but then it was 107.9 because they ended up changing stations. Ludacris was on the radio from 6 to 10. It was called Chris Lover Lover. He had a show called Chris Lover Lover and Poon Daddy. He was at that night. When he got the deal, when he ended up getting a deal, they needed to replace him because he was definitely not fucking around as a night guy no more and shit from 6 to 10. They ended up hiring a girl named K Sly, this Korean girl, finer than a motherfucker. K Sly. My guy, bro, this was my boy. His name was E.T. the Entertainer. That's my fucking dude, Mo. Me and him were homeless together. That's my fucking man. And, yo, check this out. If you know him, he's up in Nashville. Yo, this is way back in the day. His name is Scooby. Right? No, not Scooby. It was Dolo White. His name was Dolo White, yo. So it was K Sly, E.T., and Dolo White. I used to do promotions. They had a show called Future Flavors. That was right after Ludacris left. So it was them three. And I jump on every now and again. Every now and again. Because I was doing promotions with my guy, Finney and Jack the Ripper, right? And every now and again when I'm done doing my promotions and shit, I go up in the studio, they let me in. Every now and again, I was able to touch the mic. I was a big graffiti head, so they were like looking at me as a hip-hop dude. So I'd shout out all the graffiti heads. Yo, what? Shout out to Sever. Shout out to Hence. Shout out to all the graffiti heads out here. Shout out to this. Shout out to that. So I used to mess with them all the time and shit, yo. I ended up meeting this girl, this runaway girl. She was 17. She turned 18. She was she was 18. She told me, she was like, yo, I just turned 18 like 2 months ago. Fresh 18 girl. Fresh 18-year-old. She ended up running away. And she was in Atlanta trying to do some shit. So I totally forgot who it was. Me and E.T., I used to work part-time. At night, I used to do the radio. During the day, I worked at Planet Hollywood. You know what I mean? I was a cook at Planet Hollywood. So I was getting off of work. I went outside and Shorty was outside. She was lost. I went up to her. I was like, yo, let's just going to call her name Adriana. We're going to call her Adriana. I was like, what up, Shorty? What's your name? White girl, big titties, fat ass, gorgeous green eyes. I was like, what up, Shorty? How are you? She's like, hey, yo, what's good? I just came out here. I'm visiting. And I'm like, hey, yo, I'm about to go handle some business. I got to go up to the radio station. So we ended up going to the radio station. They ended up telling me, I forgot. I'm going to say it was Archie Everball. Archie passed already. But I'm just going to say it was Archie, right? He had the song We Ready. We Ready. We ready. We ready for ya. Him, right? Archie Everball. He ended up passing and shit. I think it was him. It was him or the East Side Boys. You know what I mean? I forgot. But they were filming a video. And they needed me to go down there, do some shit for Hot 97, do some promotions and shit, yo, set some shit up. So I brought Shorty with me. That night, I beat up Shorty's ass like it was the right thing to do. Beat the brakes off her ass. The next day, I go and I'm in the shower. And she's rolling a blunt. I'm like, yo, roll a blunt. And when I get out the shower, we smoke. And I'm in the shower and shit. This is no lie. Shorty just comes in the bathroom screaming, yo, my God, get out the, come here. Come here, come here. Oh, my God, get out the shower. Come here. And I'm like, oh, what the So I ended up jumping out the shower and going into my living room. And back then, I lived in Atlanta. I lived in this hood-ass spot off Auburn Avenue called Atlanta Overlook. That bitch is gone now, bro. Matter of fact, all that hood shit in Auburn is gone, bro. Yo, you couldn't, in the spot that I lived in, Atlanta Overlook, was in the hood of Auburn Ave. Yo, it was a fucking rule. You know what the rule was? You don't leave your house past 9 o'clock without the burner. Like, if you're outside without the burner past 9, that's your stupid ass fault. Anyway, she's screaming. I jump out the shower, like naked type shit. Go and run to the living room. What's up? And I'm watching TV. And I seen, yo, bro, this is what I seen. I seen that right there. Bow! I watched that live. Like, I was like, what the fuck? So I immediately called my moms, because my moms was over there during that shit. Started calling my boys in Brooklyn. They're like, bro, we got to, they're attacking us. They're attacking us and shit, son. Bro, for like 3 days, everybody was a zombie. When I mean everybody was a zombie, bro, everybody. It's hard to explain if you wasn't there. It's hard to talk about if you wasn't there, bro. Shorty, that night, we ended up going back downtown. She jumps on a payphone and calls her mother. Her mother's scared as fuck, like, please, yo, please come home. Ends up Western Unioning her. You know what I mean? She Western or Union, like 500 bills. I brought her to the Greyhound bus station right across the street from Magic City. In Magic City is the famous strip club. Right across the street's a Greyhound. I bring Shorty to the Greyhound. She cops a ticket and bounces and shit. So that night, she was gone. I was just like, so I was solo dolo for the next few days. Bro, it's hard to explain, bro. We were at work like 2 days later, because the day after 9/11, everything was closed. Like September 12th, everything was closed. September 13th, they started you got to go back to work. It was just one day. I went back to work, bro. Ain't nobody was coming in buying nothing from Planet Hollywood and shit. You know what I mean? We were a restaurant. Nobody's buying burgers or fried lasagna. Nobody buying none of that shit, yo. Bro, everybody just stood around like, what the f is going on, bro? Everybody. It was the weirdest feeling. But here it is. The week after it happened, there was no beef with nobody. There was no problems. Nobody got murdered. Nobody was robbing nobody. It was like for that just 1 week, that 1 week after 9/11, everybody stood in solidarity together. Everybody was concerned. Everybody. There was no hate. There was no drama. After this shit happened, bro, it sounds crazy, but for like 5 days, it was peaceful. As fucked up as that sounds. Bro, that's one day, bro, that I will never forget. I never seen Shorty again. I've never seen that girl again. We had 2 or 3 wild-ass nights, and then she disappeared. I've had so many girls in my life like that where I've had so many great nights, and I never seen them again. But this right here, it was, bro, I'm going to play it one more time.
Information that you wish you knew.
This.
How could Muhammad Ali's passport survive?
I watched that shit live, bro. Like, bro, my very first job was at the World Trade Center. I was a mail boy, bro. I was walking around with the mail cart, giving people their mail. Hey, yo, here, Joseph, here's your mail. Yo, I was a mail boy. 14 years old after school. That was my very first job and shit, yo. And by the way, this is neither here nor there, but to fuck your whole head up, yo. They bombed this shit twice. I was there for both. I wasn't there for this one. I was there for the first one. When they tried to blow it up the very first time in 1994, I was legit there cutting school with the girl. We went to the World Trade Center trying to get to the top. There was a restaurant, and we were trying to get up there to have lunch, and they were dissing us. On our way down from the elevator, shit shook, bro. Straight up, bro. Straight up. I was there for the very first one and shit. Cutting school. No bullshit.
The definition of anger, I like this. The definition of anger is an emotional punishment you give yourself for somebody else's behavior. The definition.
Let's listen to that just one more time. Maybe we need to hear that, because I know I need to hear that.
Of anger, I like this. The definition of anger is an emotional punishment you give yourself for somebody else's behavior.
An emotional punishment you give yourself for someone else's behavior. That resonates with me because I'm an angry dude, and there's no reason to be.
I also did a federal registered trademark on my name in all capital letters. And you ask, like, what the fuck's that for? Well, the credit reporting agencies make money by selling credit reports. And that name is basically a trade name. So when you do a federally registered trademark through the USTPO, then what happens is now they can't put any negative items on your credit. And if they do, it's like $50,000 that you can sue them in a civil court, in a federal court, every single time they do it. So that's another way you can.
Bro, people be pulling shit out their ass, bro. Oh, you could do this and this cannot happen. And if it happens, they're going to, bullshit.
One spark plug, maybe once every 50,000 miles, put a new spark plug in it. But never change the oil.
And then also, it'll run on any liquid that burns.
You could run on unleaded gasoline.
That's the
JP4
turbine
jet
engine
fuel,
cars,
kerosene.
yeah. The turbine
Diesel,
engine.
home heating oil, VO5 hairspray.
We've heard stories that one that was in France that ran on Chanel No. 5 perfume.
I went down to Dothan, Alabama for...
If you try to do this right now, they kill your ass. You make a car that's made out of water, they kill your ass. Back in the day, if you made a car made of hydrogen, they kill your ass. Now hydrogen is going to be the new thing. Water, they will still kill your ass. Do not make a car that runs on water if you want to live. That ain't teach me shit.
Did you know trees used to push past the clouds? No, not these twigs we call forests now.
No.
I'm talking about real trees. Skyscrapers of...
Maybe you know or maybe you don't. There's one tree right now called Hyperion. You know how big that motherfucker is? Look it up. Hyperion. It's hidden. Only certain scientists know where this is in the world, Joe. This motherfucker is hidden because they don't want nobody knowing where Hyperion is at. It's a bad motherfucking tree, bro.
Wood. Trunks so thick they could swallow city blocks. Gone. All gone. Cut down. Erased. You ever heard of the global deforestation event? No? Of course not. They scrubbed it. Take Devil's Tower in Wyoming, for example.
Yeah, they're saying that these type of things are trees. These are the tree trunks. Back in the day, there used to be skyscaping trees.
They say it's volcanic. Really? That thing is a petrified stump. Look at it. Perfect vertical lines, flat top, root-like base. Just like a tree, only one the size of a mountain. And it's not just Devil's Tower. All around the world, you'll find flat...
Here's the thing. The problem is when you look at it from the air, this is the shit. When you look at it from the air, you can see the rings like a regular tree. You can see the shit. You see, like, there's rings and shit all around. So it's kind of hard to dispute.
This high school is for sale in Bristol, Tennessee.
Bro, I looked at this shit. I looked at this shit. The shit's like $900,000, bro. I looked at this shit because, yo, believe it or not, I was telling my friend I want to buy an old school. That was my new thing. I want to buy a school. I want to live in a fucking school. Like, I want my school to be a house. I looked at this motherfucker, bro. It's like 900 bills, bro. 900 racks. Straight up. I think they'll take 750 or some shit.
Former school offers over 46,000 square feet of space on nearly 16 acres.
Yep, I
Built
want
in
this
1940, it previously served as Holston Valley Middle School and later the Impact Community Center. The building includes classrooms, a gymnasium, auditorium, cafeteria, and outdoor sports fields. Conveniently located just off US Highway 421, it's close to the racetrack, Hard Rock Casino, South Holston Lake, in downtown Bristol. With existing infrastructure, A1 zoning, and ample parking, it's ideal for redevelopment. Potential uses include apartments, senior living, nonprofit headquarters, a church, or a mixed-use project.
Mine was going to be a mixed-use project. I was going to have half of it my house. You ready for this shit? The other half, you ready? I wanted to have basically a cannabis school, a school about cannabis, how you learn how to grow weed, from it being a genetic seed to actually every step in between you learn how to grow weed. But I had this crazy idea, bro. I'm telling you, man, when your boy comes up with his first $5 million, I'm living in a school, family. I'm buying a fucking school. I'm telling you now, bro. 50,000 square foot school is going to be my shit. You're going to see me inside that bitch skateboarding, doing kickflips downstairs. You think I'm playing? 48 years old, 360 kickflip tail grabs down these motherfuckers, family. All the walls bombed out. I'll be getting all the FX artists, Totem, all fucking Cess, all of them, yo. Cesar, all those motherfuckers going to be bombing my school, bro. You think I'm playing? If this was my school, I would have the outside wall of fame. You could do graffiti on that bitch all day long. I'll have a skate park outside, indoor. Bro, you think I'm playing, bro? Don't let me get started on Topless Fridays, bro.
I hate it when I let a motherfucker see my charge, and then when I ask for it back, a nigga talking about what percent I'm on. Nigga, if you don't get my motherfucking charger back, nigga, this ain't your motherfucking shit, nigga. Fuck is wrong with you, nigga? You needed me, I ain't need you. Fuck you talking about? I don't give a fuck. I can be on 99%, nigga. Get my fucking shit back, nigga.
Facts. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And on that note right here, on this note right here, this is where I'm going to leave you, fam bam. I'm going to leave it on this note, on this sexy ass stallion of a what the hell ever it is. It's a bad bitch right here, bro. It's a bad female right here, bro. Bad as fuck. But that's that. That's enough shorts for today. I'll catch you on the next one. So you already know how we do. I'll catch you on the flip, dip, dippity doo dip. And until the next time, baby. Ducitos. Boop, boop, boop. You already know what time it is. It's time for us to handle some BI like T.I. I'll catch you later.